Hello, welcome to Stitches and Jacks, and Happy New Year, Happy 2022. Oh, this is going well, It is Monday the 17th of January 2022. Welcome one and all. Come on in, come and sit down and keep me company. It feels as if it's been an age since we were together. So yes, welcome. Let me just get my notes so I can keep myself on track. Right, it's kind of going to be a bit of a roundup of the end of 2021. But before we get to that, let me just say hello, welcome. My name is Karen. The podcast is Stitches and Jacks. It's stitches because I like to dabble in lots of different crafts, primarily knitting, do like a bit of crochet, but also like some sewing, quilting, and a little bit of other machine stitches. And I live in the northwest of England. I'm an empty nester, live with my husband, still let him in the house, and we have five Jack Russells. So that's basic introduction of me, my crafty life, for any new subscribers, or if you're not been here for a while and you forgot. So yes, it's been a while. I hope all of you had a happy Christmas, that you were able to see some of your family, or if you preferred not, or haven't family, but it was good for you. It was good for us, very good for us. Mr. Jackson and I we decided as a family, as everybody had somebody to be with, that we would all have Christmas Day in our own house, and we would get together Boxing Day, and we would do upside down Christmas, which we have done previously. I know that I don't look old enough, but we have grown-up children. They all have partners, and all of them now are parents. Yes, we thought, just with what was going on, if anything happened and kind of Christmas was cancelled, our plans could sort of, go awry. So that's what we decided to do. And do you know what? We got together Boxing Day, and it was lovely. We did Christmas all over again, and yeah, doesn't matter what day it is, whether you're together or not, it's the fact that you're together and you are just enjoying being in each other's company. So I think I'm going to hopefully come back and do 2 or 3 short videos rather than one long video. One of the things that I really liked about Vlogmas for myself as a podcaster was having like a short video and then getting it to upload and all that palaver and whatever. And I felt that worked quite well for me. I didn't intend to vlog every day. That's just how it happened, and yeah, I'm so proud that I did it. And I hope that I haven't repeated what I put in my last podcast, but if I have. So today, what would we have on the agenda? On the agenda we have, yes, Advents. I forgot to show you my Advents. I don't know about you, but somebody took a week out of December and Christmas was upon us. And then I really got to enjoy the time between sort of Boxing Day, the day after Boxing Day, whatever that's called, and New Year. And that for me is like a period of reflection, get myself straight, get myself sorted. And our theme for Christmas was, we'll take it as it comes. And we were so laid back, we nearly fell over. I don't think we took the last Christmas tree down until it was after New Year's Day, which normally it is. But I think it was actually after the 5th as well. But there we are. So they're all away now. So I promised to come and show you my Advents. So I've got them on poles to show you. I said if you had any questions, depending what they were, I would answer them. Then I thought I'd just run through very quickly the baby shower that we attended in the middle of November. And some gifts that I made for my lovely daughter-in-law and my brand new grandson. And then the retreat that I was very, very lucky to go on. We were also lucky to go on the end of November. So there we are. There we are. Right, Advents. And in no particular order, I'm going to show you. And save me editing time, I am going to bend down and pick them up. So just excuse me. I am still here. I haven't disappeared. Right, so I was very lucky for my wedding anniversary, which is the end of October. Yeah, got it right. Don't tell him. I had to think about it. My husband bought me, can you see that? The Bird Street yarn Advent. So it came in this beautiful box. I've taken all the yarn out. So it came in a beautiful box. And those of you that were watching will have noticed that I was scrabbling around looking for day one because I couldn't find it. But I was holding up a pattern because it was a kit for a shawl and I hadn't seen it was number one on there. And the shawl looks beautiful now that I think everybody will have opened it. I don't think I'll be spoiling anything for anybody. It was in black and white. That's the pattern, which looks absolutely beautiful. And it's by Hannah Notwell, My True Love Wrap, which is beautiful. It really is lovely. There was a couple of things in the Advent. Day 5 was a beautiful set of stitch markers, and the theme was the 12 days of Christmas. And if you'll have seen Bex Creates Bird Street Yarn's sister, she explains that it was on a particular book. So I'm going to order that. But this is day 5, 5 gold rings. Well, oh, I think it's come off. But that's those. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then there was a beautiful, I'm not sure what day it was, because I'll have to, yeah, I should have made a note of that, shouldn't I? But there was a beautiful Christmas bauble, which I think has been packed away, with, I think, two turtle doves. Beautiful. So that was downstairs in my garden room. We call it the snug. It's where I look out and see all the birds. So are you ready for this loveliness? And I will, it's, yeah, I said it was Monday, didn't I? But it's about 6 o'clock. I've been out today. I've had my hair done. I've had my nails done. So, yeah, so I feel all glam. So that's good, isn't it? For my self-care. Right, no further ado. Look at those. Oh, my word. So we have, start off with this floof. So you've got pink, the yellow, blue, yellow, pink, and then like we just call that an indigo. So I'll just oh, no good at this. No good at this. No good at this. Look at that. Wow. One more look. And I think I'll take a photograph. I hope you can't hear that music. Sounds like my husband's in the shower next door. Oh. So yeah, so that's from Bird Street Yarn. So I'm really looking forward to casting that on and working with that. My second Advent, yeah, there were 2 Advents, Christmas 2020, and it was blue Bird Street yarns and beehive yarns. They were the 2 that I wanted. So I chose beehive yarns. So again, this arrived in a beautiful box that can be a keepsake box. And this was themed, and it was called Cozy and Warm. Look at that. I keep looking at this picture. It's so beautiful. There's not too much of a shine. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. All those things that you'd like sort of in the winter. So it came in a really lovely box again with her logo on. And now you're ready. Are you ready? Oh, look at this. Look at this loveliness. Oh my word. Oh my word. Look at that. Look at that. Hold it up so you don't see my face. I promise I'll take a picture of this tomorrow. Oh my word. So obviously you don't know what the colourway is going to be, but I think that's definitely going to be a blanket, and I might keep that up here. So I just need to decide what kind of blankets to do. So if you had an advent and you've made a blanket, or you've made a blanket previous with advents or minis, let me know. And these are 20 gram minis. Right, so that was the easy bit. So both of those were 20 grams. And then Blue Fern Yarn put a post up, and I was like, oh my word, I've just got to have it. Just got to have it. So bear with me and I will run around the camera, come back and show you. So again, Blue Fern Yarns, they had a box, which I'll show you in a minute because I think it will fall over. But this is her minis. Look at these. This was, yeah, the first one. And there was lots of little extras. This little stitch bulb, markers. There's a little reindeer, progress keeper. There's some, oh, look at these. Little metal ones, and there's the chocolates. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I really don't know what to do with this. Really don't know what to do with this. It's just so lovely. But I was thinking I have seen a wrap, but I don't know. I don't know. So I think they were, they're 10 grams, aren't they? They're 10 grams. And then on Christmas Day, oh, I have unwrapped it. I hope it's not too much wrapping. You got this. Look at this. Look at that. A lovely skein of 4-ply yarn. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. So, yeah, I'll have to decide what to do with that, but I think it's going to be, I will use it as a one skein project so that I can say that I've got that. And again, little extras in there, I've taken them out with some chocolate, really nice card by Shannon, and that was her box. So yeah, that's a lovely keepsake box. Right, so that's that. So we're moving swiftly on. Right, I put myself out there and I said I'd do a Q&A. Yeah, and I had a fair few questions, fair variety. Right, and some were quite similar, so I've rounded those up as well. So I was asked, where did I grow up? I live in the northwest of England. I married a northerner. For those of you that are perhaps English, will be able to tell that I have a southern accent. I was born in Essex, which is in the southeast. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. And it's not far. Where I was actually born wasn't very far from London, about 30 miles, 40 miles. So I grew up in Essex. I was asked who taught me to knit and how long have I been knitting. I learnt to knit when I was a child. It would have been my nana that would have taught me. She knitted a lot for her children, and knitting was a necessity. If you wanted a jumper, you made one. And my great aunt, who was my godmother, she taught me a few things as well, and she was a prolific crafter. She unfortunately passed away when I was about 12, we were still living in Essex. She lived in Kent in Ramsgate, and I would have loved to have had lots of crafty conversations with her. She was a bit like Hetty Jakes. Amazing, lovely, most kindest lady you could ever imagine. She did all sorts of crafts. My mum taught me as well. When I was 16, my mum had remarried. They'd been married, I don't know, about 5 years, and they had a baby. So I have a sister that is 16 years younger than me. So I learnt to knit, and I think that's when I made my first cardigan, baby cardigan, matinee jacket, that kind of thing. Sewing, what kind of sewing do I do? I really love quilting. The first quilt I made was for Alfie, my grandson, who is 10. And prior to that, I wasn't really into crafts. I was too busy bringing up my children. But I went and got the material. I drew a template. I drew around that template for all the squares. I cut each square out individually. I tacked it all, sewed it, approached it completely the wrong way, but I didn't know. And I was 46, so 10 years ago, what were we, 22, so 2012. And I don't think I knew about YouTube. I don't even know if YouTube existed then, and I didn't have any crafty friends. So it is a bit of a hodgepodge. No, it's not as bad as I'm making out. Everybody was absolutely amazed that I'd made this thing, even embroidered on it his name, and with love from Grandmama, but I'd spelled his name the wrong way round. We went to take my daughter to the hospital, or pick her up and take her to hospital, and I'd left it on the kitchen table. Good job I did, because when I got home I realised my mistake, so I had to unpick it. I have enjoyed belonging to a quilting group for sort of like 2-3 years. COVID's put a hold on that at the moment. I live on the edge of sort of some counties, and with all the boundaries and the tiers and everything, it's just not been possible. But maybe later this year that might be something I'll enjoy. And oh my word, it's is a hoot, a real hoot. How many dogs do I have? I have 5. I have 5 Jack Russells. We had 2 older dogs. They were sort of Heinz 57, Mum and Dad. We'd had them for about 11 years, and we'd been talking. I've always had a dog ever since I was about 20, like my own dog. I had a King Charles, and then he was about I think he was about 12, and we decided that we would get another dog, because we knew that he wasn't going to last sort of much longer. But yeah, he lasted for another 10 months, so I think having 2 puppies in the house gave him a boost of energy. So we had Molly Muggs for 11 years, and again we've been talking about getting another dog. I was reaching an age where I thought, it might be my last chance to have a puppy, because the dogs live for so long. And I just happened to have taken my old female dog into the vets, and this woman brought in a crate of Jack Russells. That was it. I was sold. We'd been to see the film The Artist, where there's a Jack Russell, very famous. I was absolutely sold on this Jack Russell. She looked at me, I looked at her, and I thought, oh my word, I've got to have her. So I spoke to her, and I think she thought I was absolutely cracked. Phoned my husband on the way home and said, I really want this dog. I've seen him, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I think it was on a Thursday. We went on the Sunday to get her, and she was tiny. My husband's got whacking great hands, and she just sat in his hand, and she literally ruled the roost from the day that she arrived. So I got her the end of January, and yeah, I think I might have taken her for a first walk, and within 4 weeks we'd moved here, and we hadn't even intended to move. My husband suddenly sold the business, so we moved here, and he was all over her. Well, I was beside myself, because she was mine, my puppy. She made friends with Muggs, which is the male dog that we had. Like, it was a cross, terrier cross. It was lovely. Both dogs were, but she sort of kind of separated them. It was a bit naughty, really. So yeah, my husband was all over, and I thought, right, I'll get you back, mate. So I did everything you shouldn't do. Went on the internet, saw this like little face, this little like black and white scruffy face. He looked like he'd been on, I don't know, speed or some kind of drug. He was like this, and I thought, oh my word, I love him, I've got to go and get him. So I made a phone call in secret, arranged to go and get him. So I went, and it was a bit suspect because neither mum nor dad were there. They were packing like a caravan, and she was talking to me. She said, oh no, they're not here. One of them doesn't like men. I thought, you bring your husband. And I thought, well, it's supposed to be a surprise. I'm not bringing my husband. And he was absolutely gorgeous. He was even tiny, what Bronte was. And I was, yeah, that's fine. I'm definitely going to have him. Looks him over, and I thought, I'm having him. So she gave me £20 back of my money to make sure that I took him, brought him home, and like the rest is history. My husband just fell in love with him, and they were lovely. Bronte wasn't too impressed. She tried to eat him. I was like, oh, what have I done? What have I done? She was beside herself. So we'd gone from 2 dogs to 3 dogs to 4 dogs. It was just ridiculous. And I'm a real townie. So I'd arranged with my daughter that she was going to have Bronte, who's a female, when she came into season. I think she had a first season, it wasn't too bad, but then she came into a second season a bit earlier than what I'd expected. The female I'd had before, she'd been spayed because we had the old King Charles, and the vets have warned us that there could be a possibility, and we didn't want puppies then. So there's me, the old townie, putting a stair gate up and keeping her and Max separated. We had intended for them to have a litter, but she wasn't even a year old, and Max was, well, yeah, he was a dirty little thing, he really was. He was over that gate and in there like anything, that's all I can say. I hope I haven't offended anybody. So I was like crying my eyes out. I was calling my husband, look what your dog's done to my dog. But yeah, so we took him to the vets, and I was explaining to the vet, I thought she's pregnant. He's like, no, she is. I said, she is, I know she is. And he examined her, he went, yeah, she is. So a few weeks later, she delivered 5 boys. And I called the vet. I said, she's had them. Would you be able to do a house call just to check that she's okay? I don't really want to move her. And also to sex the puppies. And I think he must have thought I was mad. I'd never seen a puppy that young, but I couldn't believe there could be 5 boys. I thought there's got to be a girl in there somewhere. So he comes to the house with his nurse, and he's like looking, yep, she was fine. She'd done her job and everything, checking the puppies. Boy, looked at his nurse when he picked the 3rd one out. Did I say boy? So I carried on. He said, you got 5 boys. I said, is that normal? I said, that's why I called you, because I thought there'd be a girl in there. He was like, no, it's fine. And then as he left, I thought he was going to shake my hand, but he gave me a piece of paper. And I was like, oh, okay, lovely, thank you, see you later. And as I shut the door and opens this piece of paper, it was a bill for £90. He'd been in the house for about 15 minutes. My husband was like, just stop. Do not invite him to our house. When we go and see him, don't ask him more than 2 questions, because he'll just keep hiking the bill up. So that was an experience to raise these puppies. You know, Bronte was an absolute excellent mum. So we said that the kids could have 1 each. So my eldest took Bags, who was under the Christmas tree like this the other week. We were looking after him, and then my other daughter, she's the only, we only had 1 smooth one out of the 5, and she's got him. And both the 2 boys that they have got their like puppy names. So that's quite funny. So occasionally we do have them all back, and we have 7, but they get on all right. But so that left us with 3, and out of the 3, both of us really liked one of them, and then one of us favoured the other one that was left, and vice versa. So we were like, oh, whatever. So we kept 3 of them, kept mum and dad, so that was 5, plus we had the 2 older, so we had 7. And unfortunately, Muggs passed away that Christmas. We'd only had them about 9 months. Yeah, so he passed away, and then Molly followed him. Yeah, 6 months later. So so it can be noisy. Would I have 5 again? No, not all at once. 2's more than enough. But they're a little pack, and they're cute. And if we didn't live in the country, it would be a different story. Oh, Christmas jumpers. How many Christmas jumpers do I have? This kind of started last year. I just thought, what can I do that's a bit different? I'll just get myself a couple of like Christmas t-shirts. When I'm at home, and because of COVID mainly, I just tend to wear a pair of like lycra sports pants and a t-shirt. So I thought that would just be a bit different. Oh, excuse me. As time has gone on, I've bought a couple more t-shirts, and I actually bought myself a jumper last year. What I thought was really lovely, sort of pink jumper with a cute deer on. And I don't wear jumpers because if I wear a jumper I get too hot. But I really enjoyed wearing it. And I think wearing that was what led me to spurring me on to make my Whitmore, which I do wear. And then this year I bought a couple more, just a bit of fun. So yes. What else? What was the next one? I was asked what kind of house I live in. And I have said, I think, we live in a barn conversion, which for me is still a bit weird. We have no ceilings. I have aspirations for a loft or a ceiling. Yeah, so it's a lovely house. It's not a forever house. We will sell. We're going to get like a 2-bedroom bungalow side by side. It'd be like Helen Bonham Carter and whatever her husband or ex-husband's called, and have like a door between us. That's why I say jokingly, but yeah, we will downsize eventually. Oh, and how old is our house? I'd say it was a barn conversion, and a part of it is quite old. I think it's like the 1890s, and then the other part is probably about 15, 20 years old, the bit they've sort of added on. So yes. So yeah, sort of how long have I been knitting? So yeah, I learnt as a child, picked it up again from my sister, and then I had my first daughter when I was about 22. I've got two daughters, and I started knitting. My mother-in-law was a proficient, is that correct? So, knitter. She could knit with the finest yarn, like cobwebs. She made me some absolutely beautiful things. So yes, I knitted for her, and then I knitted for my second daughter, and then I think I was doing just like a bit of baby knitting every so often, but I wasn't really into it. We had, as I had Alfie 10 years ago. I was studying for my master's. I went back to university later in life. Yes, thinking that wasn't very clever. Well, and it's a load of nonsense. Yeah, so I went back to uni. I was studying for my master's, and he was on the way. So I was making things for him. And then Fred come along. Fred's what, nearly 4.5, be 5 this year. So for the last 5 years, I've really sort of got into like my knitting, and I've learned how to crochet. I would say my favourite craft is knitting. It was quilting, but now that I am more proficient at knitting, it has kind of taken over. These questions are from Alex at My Yarning Corner. And what am I most proud of? It's a toss-up, really. It's a toss-up between the Whitmore and my Stephen West. Oh, let me just get this right, falling down. My Stephen West, my Winter Lights. I think probably this is what I'm most proud of. Yeah. This was made with Bird Street yarn. Yeah, Mr. B's yarn. And my husband had just given me some money sort of before Christmas, said order what you want, because he'd asked me, and I said yarn, and the pattern came out and it was practically identical, and I had these under the tree. Yeah, my problem is I say, oh, I can't do it, and I'm there forever, you know, on the sidelines. Anybody else, I'm at the front, I'm cheering them on. Yeah, okay, well done, you can do it. But yeah, that was huge for me last year. What else? Most proud of. So project. I think that's it. So yeah, so if you want to ask me any questions, just send them in and I will look at them, and yeah, I can answer some questions for you, just for you to get to know me a bit better. Right, I have a finished object, and I was going to come on and say to you, oh well, I've made this, and you know, it's not that interesting or it's not that complicated. It doesn't matter. I watch a variety of podcasts, and I love what anybody shows me, even if it's something that I wouldn't knit, if it's a colour that I wouldn't have, doesn't bother me. I'm just interested in that person's journey. One of the things I do like about any craft that I do, I love gifting, and I get such a kick out of it. I don't think I mentioned, I have, well, now I have four grandsons, and I love making things for them. So for Benjamin, who is my third grandson, I made him this. So that's his cardigan. And this it's out of my stash. It was 2019 I bought this. So I used a Stylecraft Bambino. This is 2019. So I bought it with Fred in mind. But like most knitters, you underestimate how long it's going to take you to knit things. There's always something else that comes on. So it's a good job I got 3 of them, because I can start something for one of them, and if it doesn't, if I don't get it finished, it can go to the next one. So this was a new yarn that was launched by Stylecraft, and that's the ball band. You see that, and it's a colour Sage, and it's 100% premium acrylic, because both my girls just want stuff that is easy to wash. That is easy to wash and quite hard wearing. So yeah, so I've made that. I ordered the buttons. They weren't quite what I wanted, but actually when I put them on, it'll do the job. And I really, really like that pattern. And his mum wants a bobble hat. That's it. So I made him a hat to go with it. So he's got that. Probably matches my blouse, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's that used. I borrowed a ball, because it's very good if you go shopping with another knitter and they buy exactly what you buy, you can guarantee that they've got the same lot number. So you can always ask them, oh, you haven't got any of that wool left, have you? Or have you started it? And they can lend you. So that's his little outfit, which I put it on him the other day and he absolutely loves it. So I will put a little bit, I think I've got a little video or a picture. I'll put that on and you can see, yeah, just see how gorgeous he is. Benjamin? Benjamin!
Oh. Oh, put your hands in your pockets.
Do you like your hat, Benjamin?
Yeah.
Yeah? So. Right. Next up, there's going to be a footage of the finished objects because they've gone off. We went to, we had a baby shower in the middle of November, and I made some gifts. I made a couple of gifts for Mum and a couple of gifts for the baby, and we actually went down. The baby shower was in November, and then we went down in November as well, and I was able to gift them. So I made the Pure Joy Shawl by Hokey Lokey Telly. So that'll be on the footage, and this was the yarn I used. I used the mustard because that's Mum's favourite colour. Can you see that? Is that picking that up? Is that picking that up? Yeah. And this is a new yarn that was out, and it's the colour, I think it's Party, and I teamed it with a grey, which is identical in the fact that It's got flex in, and she absolutely loved it. I just thought that she's going to be feeding the baby herself. When she is ready to sort of venture out, she could put that on and be quite discreet, you know, and feel quite comfortable, and then she can just use it herself afterwards. And I have visions of her in, I made a pair of socks as well to go with this, and it's the pattern, the fur cone socks by Shannon of Blue Fern Yarn, and she was absolutely delighted in those. So I just had visions of her in the winter, you know, January and February when it's a bit cold, you know, you get that drop in temperature in the afternoon, and she could just sort of wrap herself round in the shawl and have the socks on her feet and keep her warm. But this is four ply, but these, oh my word, it's a really nice yarn to knit with. It's 100%, it's 60% wool, 30% polyamide, 7% acrylic, and then 3% viscose. Really good hard wearing socks. So I would say excellent for men, excellent for you know, walking boots, that kind of thing. Really, really enjoyed it. I don't think this will be the last ball that I'll buy. I've got one complete ball, and then I've got a bag somewhere, I don't know where I put it, and that's got some odds and ends, so I might have enough to make a hat for it, or perhaps a pair of mittens. That might be quite a good idea when she starts walking the baby, maybe even fingerless mittens. So that's that project. So yeah, the socks you're going to see. Let's have a look. What did I do? Oh right, and then I made the baby rather. Where's the book gone? I made the baby a little lovey. His mum likes giraffes, so I've got this book on Amazon a few years ago, and it's by, oh, that's by the person it's by, is it Yolanda? Yeah, Yolanda. So there, really nice little book. It's got all sorts in there, and again, thinking of the washing, the worst thing you can give a new mum is something that needs to be hand washed. Oh, there, that's what I've got left. That's why I couldn't find it, because I'd put it in this bag. Oh, do you ever do things like that? So yeah, so Starcraft Special, and this is in the gingerbread. So I use that one, and that's dandelion. So this is going to go in, I've got like a little Starcraft scrap basket, so I'll put those in there. Right, I haven't got as much grey as I thought, and I don't know where, I'll have to weigh that to see if I've got enough perhaps to do, double it up and do the rib in that. So that's that. What was the next one? What's the next thing I made? Oh, I made like a little octopus, preemie octopus. And I don't think, no, I haven't brought the yarn through. I might have even put it away in my stash. Yeah, my crochet. I keep saying I'm not very good at crochet. It's probably about the third octopus that I've made, and I think I'm suddenly beginning to realise that I'm making the same project over and over again. So I think that's why I'm in my mindset, I'm thinking to myself, well, you're here because you keep making those, and you're not going to get there unless you've made something else. And one of the things I love about crochet is the fact that you learn the stitches, and then depending on how you put them together, like voila, you have like lots of different projects. But I'm digressing. And then what did I do? Oh, I made a cardigan. So I made a cardigan, and it was, where's this book? I keep a book for each of the boys, and I tend to write in there, you know, the details of the pattern, keep a yarn label and some of the yarn in. So this was a new purchase, and 2020 I banned myself from buying any commercial yarn unless I hadn't got it in my stash, and that works a treat for me, because I didn't. I think Laura wanted a bottle green cardigan for Benjamin. So I went and bought 2 balls. I was allowed to do that. And then I wanted a red cardigan. I didn't have any in my stash. So I was able to go and buy that. And then I bought for the new baby. So it's, let me show you the pattern. That's the pattern first of all. So I've kind of customised it. I've made the pattern, but I've done the stripes like this. And I use Rico Baby Dream. So that's a commercial DK yarn, and it is acrylic. I'm just trying to see. I wish I'd put the names on there. Oh, wait a minute. Can I see it? Farm. It was like a, well, yeah. Shall I show you the balls I've got left over? That might be so much easier. So that was the main, and that was the contrast. And I made him the cardigan, a hat, mittens and booty. So he's got little sets of that. So you'll see it in the footage. So that's that. It was such a mess when I finished. And then what else was it? Oh, my star blanket. Right, so I crocheted a star blanket, and again I've made this probably about 3 or 4 times, and it's the Rainbow Ripple, and it's by Celeste Young. And you can see that I made it for Benjamin in December 2019. So I definitely made it for my daughter's friend who was having a baby. And my friend for her grandson. So yeah, I have made 4. So this is a stash project, and I think this was a 2018. I think I decided that I wanted to make it mustard. It was going to be mustard and cream, but when I went, or mustard and grey, the yarn that I wanted to use was it was pure wool. So I didn't think that would be very good to make. I'm putting in the washing machine. So I had a rummage in my stash, as we all do. And as I said, this is 2018. So I used a Rico Baby Classic DK. So I used that, which was beautiful. And again, I think that is, yeah, that's acrylic. So it was blue with like a grey line going through every so often. So I think every yeah, but not much like that. But you'll see on the footage that's going to come. And she was really pleased that his mum likes stars, so I had to make her a star blanket. So that is where I'm up to with that. So that's that knocked off the list. And then I'll come back and talk to you about the retreat that I went to. Hello, I'm back. Hopefully, yeah, this lighting is okay, works for you, and I'm somewhere different in a hotel room. So welcome to Stitches and Jacks. You're more than welcome. Come on in. Yeah, in a hotel room because we are. Oh, I sound grovelly. Don't know, because we are down visiting my stepson and his partner, who is 8 months 1 week pregnant. So I wanted to come on and just show you a few of the things that I had made her. Just bear with me a minute, because I'm going to see if I can wake you up a bit. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's better. Yeah, I have gifted her a couple of things because we've had the baby shower. And I'm hoping when I pop round that I can show you quickly. Otherwise I might have to put some still photographs in. Laundry. Oh, before I forget, I can do be a proper podcaster and show you what I'm wearing. This is my Whitmore. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? Put it up in it. Ta-da! My very first fitted garment that fits me. So it's given me the confidence to go on and make some more things. And I was watching the Grocery Girls, and Tracy from the Grocery Girls said, I was always worried that I would make something and it would be, I just wouldn't look right. I wasn't like a stick. I'm conscious of my bosoms. And she said, don't wait to make something, just make it. And she's right, because I've worn this quite a bit and I absolutely love it, and it always gives me a thrill every time I put it on because I've made it. So let's stop digressing, because my husband's about to come back. I said just go and have a walk, take some footage that I can use, and then come back. So I wanted to make my daughter-in-law something, because it's always like the babies, which is lovely, and that's right, as it should be. But I wanted to make something that was practical. So I chose to make her a shawl. And as I say, so I made, is that, because it's paid for pattern. So there we are. So that's the Pure Joy Shawl by Hokey Lokey Telly. And I'm sure lots of you, if you haven't made it, will have certainly been aware of it. I was hoping, yes, laundry is an issue, and for a mum with a newborn, or sorry, a mum with a newborn, they don't want to be hand washing. So my favourite colour is mustard, and this is what I chose, and it's a four ply sock yarn. Oh, I haven't got my glasses with me. So it's the Rico, yeah, the Rico. I got it in the mustard as well. I'm sure this is 100% wool. I'll put it down below. And this is the shawl that I've made her. So it starts here, and it's eyelets and short row shaping, so dead easy. And I've blocked it so it's got a bit of an edge to it, a pointed edge. I just thought, excuse me, I just thought this might make a really nice gift. She's planning to breastfeed, so it's not too heavy. It's garter stitch and eyelets, if you can see. They are just beautiful. So it's still quite open, and I thought maybe she might be able to, if she is feeding the baby and she's out, she could perhaps put that on, and she'll be comfortable, you know, and discreet. And the reason I'm saying that is I haven't got a problem with any mother breastfeeding in public, but you never know if somebody's going to make a comment, so that's what I thought. So yeah, ta-da. So something like that. Yeah. So I'm hoping that she's going to like that. And that was a real, well, yeah, it's called Pure Joy, and it was a joy to make something for her. Sorry, I just had to alter my camera. It's saying that I've reached maximum time. So as I was saying, she can always have this and make, just keep her warm. Baby's being born in December, so sort of January, February, March. Even in the house, it might be just quite nice for her to wrap that around her shoulders and just give her that bit of extra warmth, especially when she's feeding baby. Right, you'll have to forgive me if the camera angle keeps changing. Mr. Jack's just came back and I didn't want him in the video. So I've shown you my shawl. The second thing I wanted was a pair of socks because of her little feet being cold. So I thought, what should I do? Let's do matchy matchy. So they are the beautiful socks that I've just made her. So again, they are with this Rico design yarn. And does it say the colourway? No, it doesn't. So it's just mustard and gold. But I just thought they were lovely. So these are 1x1 twisted rib. I've just got to sew my ends in. And the pattern is by the lovely Shannon from Blue Fern Yarns, and it's the pinecone socks, and I test knitted these for her earlier in the year. So I wanted something a little bit of detail, but then just sort of fairly easy. So it's a heel flap and gusset, so that's my heel flap and gusset, stocking stitch, and then a wedge toe. So you can, let me just show you the pattern. So I'm looking forward to giving her these this morning. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And I absolutely love this yarn for knitting socks. So if you go out walking or if you knit perhaps particularly for men, it's got a little bit more structure, a little bit more strength, I think, but we will see how they work out. But I love the, are these called nibs? Yeah, I'm not going to say what I just thought then. I'll be in trouble, be struck off. But yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that is, I just love it. So I think she will. Right, so I have moved yet again. I've deleted some stuff off my phone because that's what I'm filming on, and it's telling me that I've got a limited amount of time. So the other thing I want to show is a couple of things for the baby. Hello, I'm back. Oh, and I'm not sure whether this is going to run out of time or not. So yes, it's another day. I think, what's the day? Wednesday. So I think I was recording Monday, and then I was called for dinner, and that was it. Everything else went on my head. So yeah, so I'm washed, dressed, yeah, straight hair, having a bit of a fringe gait. So I wanted to share some, well, very short, I don't think there's even footage, I think it's just photographs. I was very lucky in November to go to a yarny retreat. I didn't even know that, well, these existed a couple of years ago. And with everything that's going on, it was a bit sort of hit and miss whether we'd go or not. So I just didn't really expect to go. And I was just like a little sponge soaking it all up. So I apologise that there's not much footage. I'm hoping to go back later this year, all being well. And I promise that I will share even more with you so you can just like enjoy the delights. So I went to Lay Family Yarn in Shropshire in Ironbridge. Never been to that part of the country before, and oh my word, it was beautiful, beautiful. We've had a very mild winter here in the UK, so autumn seemed to hang about for a bit longer. Like the leaves were on the trees, the scenery was absolutely stunning. Autumn is a favourite season of mine. I told you I've got a fringe game. I feel a bit like Claudia. So yeah, lovely, and it was run by Kelly and Nick and their daughter. They could not have looked after us better. It was like going to a 5-star like hotel with the attention that they just lavished on us. It was kind of a bit like going back in time. Well, let me start from the beginning. We stayed an extra night. We stayed on the Friday so that we could just soak up all of the Tuesday, and I went with my lovely friend Lindsay from Stitch Create Love. She was the one that found out about it and that organised it. I didn't even know where I was going, just put it in the sat nav. I did the driving, so yeah, she was very brave, very brave. But yeah, got there and back and we managed it. So I went down on the Friday night, and we stayed in this really lovely like B&B. The only thing was that it wasn't far enough for us to walk to the pub and, well, stagger back. And I am jesting. But the lady in the B&B was lovely. We stayed in like a little Jane Austen house, so it was just up my street and Lindsay's. She had a superb breakfast. So we stayed on the Friday night, went to the pub, met everybody. Which I think everybody, apart from two ladies, they were near enough to drive. So we all, broke the ice, got to know each other, took our knitting, had that in the pub. Food was superb, and then we met again on the Saturday morning, and we went to the little village hall, and it was like, honestly, it was like going back in time. You went in, it was like a little wooden hut, and opened the door, and there was like the dance floor on one side, and the stage, and then part of it was carpeted off, which I imagine the tables and chairs were there, and Kelly had laid it out with like a great big long table, all like covered in tablecloths, and there was lots of like chocolates and things on there. We were awash with tea, coffee. Nothing was too much trouble. We were separated into groups of 4, and during the course of the day 4 of us would go off and would do our hand dyeing. So we had to take some inspiration. I'm rubbish at stuff like that, really am rubbish. And I was looking like the night before, like, what do I take? And then I come across this magazine, which had been on the table, and I had been looking at it, and I had been drawn to it. So I thought, that is obviously my inspiration. So let me just get it. My husband subscribes to this for me, The Simple Life. And it's just full of like lovely things. There's sort of recipes, home stuff, all that kind of stuff, and mindfulness and wellness. And it was this picture, which I did art until I left school at the grand old age of 16, and I was into like lino printing, and I'm not very good at drawing, but this I could do. It fascinates me, and I love pen and ink. So yes, I just kept coming back to this, and I showed Nick what my inspiration was, and he was like, "Oh, that's lovely. You could, yeah, pick out these greens and some black and a bit of the reds and the blue." So let me share with you what I dyed. Da-da, da-da-da. I've had it out, so that's why we have a wonky bottom. So yeah, can you see all those speckles? Oh my word. Oh my word, it's just lovely. Just lovely. And it is called Karen. And I think when they brought them back, everybody's reaction was exactly the same. They're like, oh my word, I can't believe that I can dye a yarn. Oh, it could be a yarn dyer. Yeah, we know it's a lot harder than that. But I'm just amazed. Look at that. Look at that. And it's taking that and making it into that. So yes, that is a very, very special skein of yarn. So I haven't got anything in mind apart from it's got to be a very special project. And I think I want it like a little shawl or one skein project. Any ideas, let me know. Leave me a message below. And I don't know whether I'd got my head in the clouds, it was menopause, or I was just in awe of everything, but I wasn't aware that as we were dyeing this, we were also dyeing some mini skeins, and we came away with a mini skein of everybody that was there during that couple of days. So look at this, they gave us this. So it's a mini skein of everybody that was at the yarn retreat. So I'd really, really, like to do, well, the litmus cowl. I have got one on the needles at the moment. It's a rainbow. I'm not aware of any other pattern I could sort of use some minis. So these are 10 grams, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 12, so that's 120 grams. So if you have any ideas, yeah, just let me know. Just let me know, because I would like to put this in something, and I think a cowl would be really nice, so that I've got a memory of our weekend away, and that's their yarn. So yes, so that was the Saturday. We went back to the pub on the Saturday night, and we had a meal, another lovely meal, and a bit of knitting and some laughter, and oh, it was just brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. And it really lifted my spirits, really lifted my spirits. And I come back refreshed, cleansed, renewed, so to speak. So yeah, lovely. And then on the Sunday, they opened the shop for us specially, so we were able to have a look round. And I was like, oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. But the night before, I've been saying to Lindsay, oh, I don't really need any yarn. I think might buy like a skein or two, a couple of Christmas presents, but that's it. Yeah, I kind of did have a splurge because I was just like, oh, word, that's lovely. That's lovely. So let me share with you. The first thing that wasn't even on my radar was from the Ironbridge collection, and it's a zebra sock yarn. And they had a really, really lovely cowl knitted up in this. So I need to contact them just to ask them for the pattern. But beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this is called, it's called Vlogmas. Yes, well, that would have been good, wouldn't it, if I'd have read that label? I could have knitted this Vlogmas, but maybe I might save it till next year. But yeah, lovely. So that's a 4-part. Look at those colours. Look at those colours. They quite actually go with what I'm wearing today. And then I bought some, just have a look. Oh no, this is 4-ply. This is from the Ironbridge collection, and this is Forest Floor. And this just reminded me of the colours of autumn. Look at that. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So that's a 4-ply skein. Really lovely, really lovely. And then I just couldn't help myself. I have bought a red. I bought that at DK Red at Yarndale. But this is Silky Yak DK, and it's called 1969. They didn't have a 1966. The year I was born, when we won the World Cup. The one and only time, I think. Yeah. So I've got that, so I'm going to find a project for that. And I am fine about buying yarn or not buying yarn until I make that first purchase. And I don't know if you're the same, but yes. Oh, so this is again a Silky Yak DK, and it's called Kingfisher. And I used to years ago be in the guides, and I was in the Kingfisher. Look at that, and it is more of a turquoise that looks quite bluey, but beautiful. So I just couldn't resist these. Yeah, look at these. So that isn't only what I bought. I did buy my daughter some, and she got them from Christmas. So yes, and I bought some Christmas presents. And I think I've got a couple of other skeins over there, but I will probably show you those at a later date. So I think that's it for this video today. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too long, but I might be 40 minutes up. So hopefully, yeah, let's just see, shall we? So I hope that you've enjoyed a little snippet today. I'm going to come back, rather than do like a really long episode, I was going to come back and just look at the socks that I've knitted last year. My main accomplishment was the Rainbow Chronicles and my wheel. Been out to lunch for today. My friend and I share, it's been my birthday month, and I get very shy at sharing things like that. Just because I don't like to be centre of attention. I'm happy to cheer anybody else on. So yeah, my friend and I were about three days apart, so we've just had a late birthday lunch. So I took a little present over to her, and one of the pair of socks I made are actually the Rainbow Chronicles. So I don't have the pair of socks, but I have the picture, so I'll try and do that. And then I thought I'd try and come back and do something like whips and my word of the year. I've got my word of the year, and I'm really, really happy with it. It worked really well last year. It was believe in myself, believe that I could do it. And it was my own little mantra to myself. Yeah, sometimes I had to say it quite a lot. Other times I didn't have to say it very much at all. So it's a word that seems to have naturally progressed. So I'll come back and talk to you about that. And so it's whips, challenges, and just, yeah, like a bit of an update on what I wanted to have knitted last year and how that's gone. And I'm very much nothing set in stone. Yeah, my life, my choices, so I can make what decisions I want, or I can make what choices I want, whatever way. So my lovies, I will love and leave you. I will see you very, very soon, so I want to try and get everything out by the end of January, and then start again properly in February. So yes, so I thoroughly enjoyed your company, and I hope you've enjoyed my company. If you're new to the channel, which there has been a few new subscribers, thank you very much. If you've not subscribed and enjoyed what you've seen, please subscribe, or even just give me a like. Leave me a comment about anything and everything. Let me know where you are in January. I'm easing my way into it. And do you know what? I'm quite enjoying it. Quite enjoying not having the pressure. So it's taken me to this grand old age to get to that stage. So yes, okay. I will see you soon. Bye, my lovies.